I have a new best friend.
What?
That's right. I haven't had a best friend in, I don't remember the last time I would say I had a best friend. I just don't, that's not the way my friend hierarchy works. And it's not a name that you thought it would be. It's Aunt Joe. And I'm going to tell you why Aunt Joe is my best friend.
What?
You ready for this? What do you mean, what?
Sure.
I can't be best friends with Aunt Joe? What's wrong with that?
I'm ready for it.
It's my best friend, Aunt Joe. That's what I call him.
The laugher.
Yeah, you're right there.
All there. Just
all right, I'm regretting my decision right now, but I'm going to stick to my guns. Here's why Aunt Joe is my best friend. All right? I'm sitting yesterday. We got the outside TV working. Matt the Gallimimus brought his wife over. They actually stopped by Zaxby's. They got a bunch of Zaxby's chicken sandwiches, which, by the way, I don't subscribe to the chicken sandwich wars. But if I did, I'd want them in my fucking foxhole. That's a hell of a chicken sandwich right there.
Okay.
Ordered some pizzas. There's a lot of beers. My wife was making Moscow mules. It's fucking delicious. Sitting there, and we're there all day. So Ant-Man's there, and Hot Man's there, and the shirtless Puerto Rican showed up, and he dumped his stroller down the fucking stairs, which is a very funny bit.
Wait.
He arrives at the house, and he's pushing his stroller. And I'm like, oh, no. Because I never know with him. He's brought the baby. Like, there's pictures of that baby sitting around the bonfire on All Request Saturday night. Like Ant-Man holding the baby while he's drinking a beer. So he's brought that fucking baby over to my house before. And I know that he's not allowed to go anywhere. So I'm like, oh, I bet he was allowed to come here and watch football if he brought the baby. But he also has done bits. Like, he'll come over with a papoose, and he's like holding it and patting it. Inside the papoose is a 12-pack of beer, you know? So I never know with him. So he's pushing the stroller real gingerly up on the deck, and he's like, Dude, Mira, can I open up the umbrella? Because I need to get the shade over Olivia's face. And I said, dude, is the baby really here? Because if the baby's here, like my wife's not here, like, and he's like, oh, no, dude, it'll be fine. She's very tired. She's going to sleep up here all day. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. And he goes, oh, dude, Mira. And the fucking the stroller falls down the stairs onto the fucking concrete, and a bag of ice falls out of the fucking stroller. It was fucking hilarious. He's like, oh, dude, Mira, no. Ole, güey. My wife loves Jesus, and my dad is... It was fucking great. It was classic Angel.
Yeah. And that's not your best friend? That happening right there is
no.
Best friend worthy?
That was a prequel to why Aunt Joe is my best friend.
Okay.
Joe Chungman, as we like to call him over here. Soup Joe. What is it, Joe Soup? Hello there, I'm Joe Soup for Joe's Soups. We're out there, and we've watched the 1 o'clock game, and I would say we're in about the third quarter of the 4 o'clock game, right? And we all know that the Sunday night game is the barn burner. So that is a long day of football. And people are arriving and punching out and, at different times. And, my wife finally shows up. She was working at the shop. And people are coming and going. So right around this time, Joe turns and looks at me and goes, Dukes, would you like anything from Harris Teeter? And I said, what? And he said, yes, I'm going to Harris Teeter. Do you want anything? And I'm like, oh, that's weird. It's like, yeah, I think we need some club soda, because they're making cocktails in there. I was like, why is that, Joe? And then he just kind of like gives me one of these. He goes,
okay.
I'm like, oh, he's going there to shit. Joe got up out of my fucking house, walked to his car, and then drove to the grocery store down the street so that he could duck walk into that place and exercise whatever digestive demon that he had bubbling inside of those guts into the turlet there instead of shitting up my house, which I guess everybody is desperate to do whenever they come over to my home. And for that reason and that reason alone, by the way, he did bring back the club soda. He did bring it back with him.
Oh, interesting.
He is my new best friend because the level of disrespect that I get on a daily basis from people that consider themselves my friends is so severe and so deep that to finally get the respect that I am deserved by one of my acquaintances, that elevates him immediately in the power ranking.
That's the bar?
That's the bar.
I've never turned it in your house.
You've never been to my house. You're not even on. Let me tell you
that
something.
should be
if there's a friend power ranking, you're in the XFL right now. You're in the fucking Arena League. Right as it's going defunct. You're playing for the Blue Bombers right now. You're not even. How can you be the MVP of the NFL when you go to West Springfield?
I've heard story after story about that jackass messing up stuff in your house.
Let me tell you something.
And the one time he
me tell you
doesn't
something.
turn it up.
Let me tell you something. He did one time. He knocked over a fucking candle and blamed my dog. That is true. And I had to hire multiple people to come get the wax out of the carpet because apparently it's a very difficult thing to do. Ant-Man, of course, broke my fucking couch. There's a big long list of shit that people have done in my home that have destroyed it. The fact that Joe was considerate enough to get up and leave to take a massive shit. And then, by the way, he came back and he's like, oh, I'm so much better now. Like, he was very excited about how much better he felt after shitting up the Harris Teeter. And I felt bad because I guess he just fucking panically, like, urgently sped walked to the toilet so that everyone knew what was going on. So that's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Okay, I guess everyone else take notes.
Well, you got to get the invite first, and then once you have the invite, I can't even suspect that you should. Because here's the problem: Ant-Man pisses so much in my house, and Joe will attest to this. Like, I'd say every fourth piss, he's in there for like 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Now, what I think he's doing is he's trying to take shit because he's on his phone the whole time, or I'll tell him, get off your fucking phone, get off your fucking phone. I took another 12-picture montage of him just looking at his phone the whole fucking weekend.
I saw it. I liked how the light of day changed between each picture.
And you can just see him moving to different parts on the couch and what have you. But I think Ant-Man sneakily shits at my house all the time, and that's why, of course, he could never be where Joe is right now, on the hallowed grounds of the best friend title.